Hello everybody, my name is Nitish Sharma and here to explain the fifth exercise of Web Technology Lab. The title for the experiment is JavaScript using DOM elements and events. We have five set of questions in this. The first question, we have to write a function that accepts a string as parameter, and the string example should be web development tutorial. It should calculate the shortest word and the longest word. In this it is web and development is the longest. And use the split function in the array. The second question is to calculate the BMI. It takes the height and weight from the user, and these are the properties that it should be done, and this is the PHP HTML code for it, and this is the function. And thus the BMI should be calculated. The third question is to create a fruit farm. There should be, when you click the plant garden button, the page should generate a rectangular grid of fruit images. The coding for it is given here, and you have to use the random function. The fourth question is to create a currency converter. What does it do is that it takes the conversion from rupees to dollars and from dollars to rupees, vice versa. This is the code for it. And the fifth question is coin flip. So it takes heads and tails, and when it flips, it counts the number of times it has flipped. This is the code which is given. And sixth is to create a birthday cake order form. You have to create give the input of how many kgs of cake do you want, and it calculates the price. This is the snippet of the code which should be done. So the first code for it is given here. In this we take a variable a as enter your word. We take it from the user and we store it in a. We create an array of varr, and we use a split function of a.split. So we use two for loops, and when we do that, we get the longest word and the shortest word. In longest word you get in B, and shortest word you get in C. I've already done this and kept it in the Chrome. So this is the first question. Enter your word. So again is okay. The word is this web experiment, the longest word is experiment, and the shortest word is this. So the next question is to calculate the body mass index. For that the function is calculate, and the calculate is given on the click on submit button. So here I take the variable as height and weight. I use pass float because I have to convert it into float, which I take as a string. Then if these conditions which are given, if score is less than 18, I have to get you underweight. If it is between 18 and 25, give normal. If it is 25 to 30, you have to give overweight, and if it is greater than 30, you have to give obese. And we use an inner HTML to find the score and type. That inner HTML means the score and type will be calculated and will be given in that only web page. I'll show you here. The weight I gave as 60, and height I given meters as 1.67. So I get the BMI as 21.5 and the body type as normal. So this is the inner HTML that we generate. Third question was to create a flower garden. For that the coding is here. Here I give the function grow, and the grow is called in the on-click in the submit button. I create an array of images, apple and orange. I give the index as math.random. I use these two functions to create the rows of apple and orange, and I take the rows and columns and pass it. I convert it to integer, and I use the two for loops, and in the HTML I take the images and I put the appropriate height and width. And when we run this, I give the number of rows as 4 and number of columns as 4. So when we so like this, when we can plant our own garden. The next question is have to create a currency converter, and for that I use the function convert, and I call it in the button on click on submitting, and I give a variable as no, and in that I use pass int and convert the data as int, and in index and values I take the select index from, I get the values, it returns the index and returns the value. If the value is in Indian rupees, then I have to convert it into dollars. So for that the conversion is like this. Hence if it is in dollars, I have to convert it. For the conversion is this, and in HTML you get the result. So let me just run this. So I convert 60 from Indian rupees to US dollars. I calculate it. I get the value as 0.89. If I take 60 and I can do the reverse also, US dollars to Indian rupee, I calculate it. I get as 4027. The next is to fifth question is to take head and tails and flip it and count the number of heads and tails. So that I take two images, tails and head, and I use it as a button flip. In that the script type I tag heads as 0 and tails as 0, and I keep the array of heads and tails as image. Then in the flip function we use a math for a math random function, and in the HTML we take the n heads and n tails, and when we run this I get the app as like this. Here if I flip it I get the heads, to the total is 1. Again when I flip I get tails, so I get the total as 1. So we can do this n number of times. So the sixth question code is there here. The sixth question I take the in the field set I take the half kgs, 1 kg and 2 kgs as small, medium and large values, and then I use the radio button and I take the tip for each, for 10%, for 15%, 20%. And the on click I give as calci function. In the calci function I use 3 variables in the set, small, medium and large. I get the values from the user. And the total I calculate using this property, the tax and the tip also. And the T total gives the tip plus total and tax, and that is given in the HTML when we run it. So let me just run this code. Half kgs I give as 3, and 1 kg I give as 2, and 2 kgs I give as 1, and I gave the tip as 15%. So when I calculate the order, the cost will be 1,364. And this in this NC 5th exercise of Web Technology Lab. Thank you.